To discuss all things happening here in Washington with the administration, we are joined by Counselor to the President, Kellyanne Conway, live from the White House on a state dinner evening. Good evening, Kellyanne. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
I want to start where John left off, and that is reporting that the nomination is moving forward and that Ronny Jackson is going to still be the nominee for VA Secretary.
Well, that is his intention. I talked to Dr. Jackson this afternoon. I spoke with the President, and Dr. Jackson has made clear that he wants to fight. We cannot allow anyone to be criticized and vetted and concluded upon in the press or just through allegations. That's what hearings are for. And if Dr. Jackson is willing to go and raise his right hand and answer questions, then the whole world can see that, and that's called a confirmation hearing. I would really push back heartily at the Democratic senator that you showed, Chris Murphy, saying maybe the president will do a better job vetting his people. Here's the best vet we have. These are the fitness report and counseling records from President Obama. Gave very high marks to Ronny Jackson, quote, a most impressive leader who continues to perform at the flag officer level, meaning admiral. Ronny has earned my confidence and the gratitude of my family for his diligence and knowledge. Goes on. And so we should know that. One in 2014, this one in 2016, an exceptional physician and leader. So this is someone, this Dr. Jackson has been serving several different presidents, obviously Republicans and Democrats. The president today said that he understands if Dr. Jackson wants to stand down, but that he, the president, is sticking by him.
Well, let me play that soundbite and get your reaction to it.
I will tell you, he's one of the finest people that I have met. And it was a suggestion, but I told Admiral Jackson just a little while ago, I said, what do you need this for? But I said, what do you need it for? I would definitely stand behind him. He's a fine man. I'll always stand behind him.
With regard to the Jackson nomination, I'm waiting to hear from both Chairman Isaacson and from the administration what they believe the way forward should be, and we'll take our cues from them.
I mean, Kellyanne, he eventually got to, I will definitely stand behind him. But, I mean, there was a long kind of, I wouldn't do it. I'd told him to drop out, essentially. And it wasn't a ringing endorsement from the president today, was it?
Well, the president endorsed him by nominating him and by standing by him now. And that he said very clearly it's Dr. Jackson's decision, but that he would stand by him. Let me just say, let me give a little bit of amplification to what the president was truly saying there. He knows how intense these jobs are. He knows that we're all constantly put upon and scrutinized and picked apart. And there are people here, like Dr. Jackson has been here for many, many years. Brett is serving his nation admirably, who are doing so because they love the country and they love the presidency and want to serve this president at this time. And the president's just speaking more broadly. He sees how tough it is for folks. But I thought that what the president also was telling Dr. Jackson is to make up his own mind, and Dr. Jackson has done just that as of this afternoon. I want to just read one last thing because I think this is important. Quote, continue to groom and promote this highly capable officer. That came from former President Barack Obama in a signed statement, and I think that President Trump agrees. Continue to groom and promote this highly capable officer.
Yeah, last thing on this. I mean, the allegations involve a whistleblower to the IG coming forward, reportedly allegations of excessive drinking, questionable prescription practices, and creating a toxic work environment, as well as the charges that he's not up to the massive bureaucracy that the VA is. That is what's coming from Capitol Hill. You're saying all of those things are wrong.
No, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying that allegations should be fully and thoroughly vetted during confirmation hearings under oath or during these private meetings with these senators that Dr. Jackson has been having. But Dr. Jackson, I assume, has concluded it's no reason to withdraw the nomination, withdraw consideration. No, we should always take allegations seriously, but the place to take them seriously is in these meetings and eventually under oath at a hearing, not just through the press and through one report. You've also seen a number of people give him glowing recommendations. You have lots of folks, and I'm not going to be somebody who impugns a man's integrity based on one or two things that are said while he has an opportunity before him, Brett, to raise his right hand and swear under oath, as he has to this country many times, and answer these questions.
Understood.
And then those senators will have to make their decision. But the president said something else today I think bears mentioning. He mentioned Director Pompeo, and the president is absolutely right and clear about this, that Director Pompeo had 15 or 16 Democrats vote for him to be CIA director 14 months ago. They loved his credentials then. The only thing that's changed is that he has more credentials, having been a successful and able effective CIA director. And you have so many of those Democrats now saying they can't vote for him to be Secretary of State. So the president recognizes that people are playing politics with these nominations. He recognizes how tough it is.
Yeah. Two more questions. One is on another personnel matter, and that is Scott Pruitt, the EPA administrator. Bloomberg, in an article, says White House officials have discouraged lawmakers from vigorously defending the administrator, said two people who asked for anonymity because the discussions weren't public. Is that true?
Well, I see why they're asking for anonymity. That's pretty obvious. The president has asked Administrator Pruitt to do many things that have meant a great deal to his agenda. And I would refer most of those questions to EPA, but I would tell you, I'd echo what our press secretary and others have said, which is that there are no plans to make a change there right now. And most importantly, Administrator Pruitt is set to testify before two committees tomorrow in Congress. I don't believe that's changed. He's testifying about the budget, but I'm sure he'll be asked other questions. And to my point, Brett, that's a great forum for that.
All right,
great forum while under oath.
Last thing, the president speaking in the cabinet room today, and obviously this meeting with the French president seems to be going very well from the relationship, just the reporting on it. But he was talking about North Korea, and he's getting some grief about this statement. Take a listen.
We're having very good discussions. Kim Jong-un he really has been very open and I think very honorable from everything we're seeing.
So, critics saying that he's calling the dictator who has been horrible to his people very honorable. Can you explain that for folks?
Well, he's actually referred to him as somebody who's been horrible to his own people, so people should pull that as well. He's talking about the process here. He's talking about an open and honorable that he's acted that way through this process, meaning that he's come to the table, he's met with South Korea, he is willing to stand down with some of his ballistic missile capabilities at the moment, and has shown an openness to sitting down with this president, frankly, in a way that has not happened before. Many others have tried. It has failed. Our eyes are wide open here. The president has made very clear, Brett, early and often, that if the conditions are not right and they're not acceptable to this country, then he won't participate. But even South Korea today said that North Korea is leaning towards denuclearization, as they put it. And we like the progress. We like the fact that Director Pompeo has already been over there, didn't leak, that he's already been over there over Easter for the first round of meetings. And we have a long way to go, but everybody else has failed to do something that this president truly wants to do on behalf of everybody. Denuclearizing the Korean Peninsula benefits everyone.
Percentage chance that this meeting actually goes forward?
Oh, I don't know. That's really that's in large part up to North Korea and how serious they are in making, I think, concessions and making moves before they get there. And the president really railed back today against something that really was very, very angering to some of us over the weekend, this idea that he's made too many concessions already. Like what? What concessions has the president made? He's trying to have a conversation and trying to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. And last week with Mr. Abe, even today with Mr. Macron from France. I mean, he's bringing global leaders in to pressure those who are nuclear capable. Look at Mr. Macron today, President Macron today, saying that he thinks we, quote, need a new deal in Iran. Right. And it has to meet five criteria, but it's President Trump that's been the strongest on that, and he's bringing along major players and influencers like France.
Kellyanne Conway, we appreciate you coming by
Thank you, Brett.
on State Dinner Night. Thank you.